Madam Acting Deputy Speaker, a couple of weeks ago, the Minister for Arts and I, indeed, were absolutely privileged to go to the Adelaide Festival Centre to celebrate the opening of the 2023 Dream Big Festival. It was a real joy. The history of the festival I want to take a moment to go through, because this is a really important festival in the South Australian firmament, and I think that for many people who have been working in creative spaces in South Australia, and indeed for many people whose children have enjoyed their first potential exposure to theatre through the Come Out Festival or Dream Big Festival, this is an incredibly important festival and it's worth celebrating. It's been going for about 50 years. In 1974, it was a sub-program of the Adelaide Festival with workshops and performances labelled Come Out. And the first standalone festival was Come Out 75. Every workshop and performance was accessible with maximum ticket prices of 50 cents and a strong foundation for the festival that was launched. It grew with innovations as it was repeated every 2 years. I think my first memory of the Come Out Festival was about 14 years later in 1989. I was 10, and the author Roald Dahl was attracted to participate in the festival. It was also the year the festival first incorporated a particular Aboriginal program, and I think I remember one piece was called The New Dreaming. The name Come Out was dropped in 1997 and it became Takeover 97. That was clearly an error, and seen as such, Come Out returned in 1999. In 2005, the festival had grown to encompass more than 60 events and 630 individual performances and sessions. 2011 saw the introduction of the mighty choir of small voices, with children from around South Australia joining in, singing together, and that concept continues. As I was saying, the Minister and I were able to enjoy that just a couple of weeks ago, and I particularly give credit to the Primary Schools Music Festival team for their support of that mighty choir of small voices. Incorporating choral lessons across dozens, if not hundreds, of schools across South Australia is what you would call a specialised skill, and it's a specialised skill that the Primary Schools Music Festival team has in abundance. 1,500 small voices sounded anything but small in that festival theatre. They were greatly enthusiastic and I thought very high quality. And to each of their parents who are watching this parliamentary broadcast, I say congratulations. All 1,500 of them. In 2015, the festival attracted more than 100,000 attendances from around South Australia for the first time, with 25,000 of them attending the Big Family Weekend at the Festival Centre, another innovation which continued in this year's festival. As my family and I took the opportunity to enjoy that Big Family Weekend, I reflected on a few things. The power of a great festival with great performances, well-run administration, the creation of an atmosphere and ambience that matches it, to attract thousands and thousands of family, despite the inconvenience for many of them of coming into the city and dealing with traffic and parking. The fact that it was raining that weekend, and many of the performances, many of the installations were outdoors in the elements. People were still there in their thousands, and it was absolutely palpable, the joy on kids' faces, the joy in parents' faces as their kids were absolutely happy to be there. Special shout out to all of the performers that my kids particularly enjoyed. Patch Theatre for their delightful installation, Sea of Light. The puppetry installation called Characters by Elias Papyros. Elias also created the puppets in Beep and Mort, the Windmill Pictures show, which is on ABC Kids now. 20 episodes of Season 1 streaming already. I recommend it for any parents of 1 to 4-year-old children. It's a great production created here in South Australia, conceived here in South Australia and delivered by Windmill Theatres Company. The puppeteer, I met him, I think he's about 22 years old. It's absolutely amazing talent. And the show Characters of some of his own puppetry creations was fantastic. The guys on hoverboards, my kids loved them too. 2017 saw the introduction of Dream Big. Of course, now it is known as the Dream Big Festival, and so far a more successful renaming than 1997's Takeover. And indeed, in the years to come, I might even stop thinking of it as the Come Out Festival. I'd like to pay tribute to the performers, the artists and the administrators who've done such a great job. My kids loved Possum Magic, and indeed in that anniversary year for Possum Magic, I think it was written in about 1982, another South Australian absolute credit to the Dream Big Festival. Its co-creative producers, Susanna Sweeney and Georgie Page. Susanna's done it for 5 years, 5 festivals. And I believe this is her last one. She's done a terrific job, and it's important to credit her not just for the great work that she's done, but also for the fact that she's thought about succession planning. So bringing Georgie in, previously of Windmill, and a terrific career up till now. I think Georgie's going to be doing a wonderful job in the years ahead in that festival. So to Douglas Gautier, Chrissy Anthony and all the team at the Festival Centre, I congratulate you on a terrific series of events as part of the Dream Big Festival 2023. I look forward to the next one. And I hope, given 50 years, the government will see fit to honour that 50th year with suitable funding at the next festival so that that can continue to grow and be outstanding for kids in the years ahead.